Super Rugby Aotearoa, the away jerseys for the 2021 season have been released. The away jerseys for the 2020 season caused a bit of a stir. I don't know if you guys can remember the Super Rugby. Well, actually, when it started, it was just Super Rugby. It wasn't Super Rugby Aotearoa. But the Super Rugby motorbike, the Super Rugby away jerseys for 2020 for the New Zealand teams. I'll see if I can chuck an image up there. It's not the prettiest of colours. I didn't mind the blues one. It's a pretty simple white kit with a big old green blob, which they've been used to. But especially the Hurricanes one, that grey, was a bit average. The Highlanders and Crusaders one was, from a distance, virtually identical. And then it looks like a laundry detergent ad for the Chiefs one. So a bit of improvement, I think, for the 2021 season. And it's a bit unusual because, at least as long as I've been following Super Rugby with a YouTube channel, the New Zealand teams tend to keep their jerseys for 2 seasons. They don't kind of chop and change season to season. They go on 2-year runs with Adidas. And yes, that is the way we pronounce that company's name in New Zealand. But we've got different jerseys from 2020 to 2021, at least for the away jerseys, or alternative jerseys, because they don't always wear them away from home. They sometimes wear them at home for whatever reasons, probably contractual with different sponsors sometimes being on the different jerseys. But let's have a look at these 5 jerseys, and you guys can let me know, what do you reckon is the best, and what do you reckon is the worst? I've got them on my phone here, so I can talk through them as well. We'll go north to south. Start with this blues one, and it's not that much different from last year's one, is it? This is the most similar one. Now, if you go on the official website, you can see all the reasoning behind this design. I'm not too fussed about the deeper stuff, to be honest. I just kind of look, is it a nice looking jersey? It's white. That's cool for an away jersey. White generally doesn't clash with anything. It's got the blue trim on the sleeves. I like that. That's traditional Auckland and Blues colours. But again, it's not enough blue to really clash with anything. It's got the Adidas 3 stripes. That's what they do. I feel like that collar is the same collar. I don't have one with me. Not quite the same collar as the newer jerseys in these ones. Like my Blues jersey from 2020, the collar is in horrendous shape after only a year. And I feel like this collar will probably do the same thing. Just a design flaw, or just cheap design, basically the way they do them. $150 though, not cheap. $150 New Zealand. Worst thing about this jersey is clearly the big old NIB in the middle. At least just make it blue. I know NIB's branding is all about the green, but come on, man. Give us a blue one. Blend that sucker in. I swore I wouldn't buy a Blues jersey while there was an NIB on it, but I did relent with the 2020 jersey. Next, we'll look at the Chiefs one. It's like grey. It's very swirly grey. I would have, at a glance, maybe apart from the pattern, like the swishy reminds me of more like that Hurricanes jersey in the background, if I've not superimposed the Chiefs jersey image over it. That one hanging in the back of the picture here, that's a Hurricane. So maybe if I read the full description about what all the meaning behind the stuff is, I will get it, but it looks a wee bit swishy. I'm not sold on grey as a jersey colour. It's different. So far, I think I'm still giving it to the Blues one above this Chiefs one, but it shouldn't clash with anything. Maybe the referee's uniform. We will have to wait and see. Keep going south. The Hurricanes one kind of reminds me a bit more of the Blues one, and that it's a pretty simple kit. It's got the white base instead of the blues and greys of last year. Much better. It's got the yellow around the trims, which is traditional Hurricanes and Wellington colours, absolutely. The Kia logo, unlike the NIB from the Blues, is actually blended in, so it doesn't look horrendous. There's a bit of a pattern going on at the lower part below the Kia symbol, but it's not too obtrusive. I think that jersey kind of does the business. Next is the Crusaders, the only ones to model their jersey for some reason on the Adidas website. All the others just had the jersey picture. The Crusaders not without the model. So there you go, that is what it is. I guess they're trying to do like a black and white semi-camouflage thing going on here, which doesn't look too bad. It looks alright. Again, traditional trim around the edges. I like the fact that there's a bit of consistency from team to team. That's always been a thing in New Zealand rugby, that you can kind of go from province to province without really getting jersey clashes, even if Super Rugby, the next level up, is notorious for stupid jersey clashes. I think last year's logo wasn't on the Crusaders jersey because they hadn't had time to finalize it by the time they sent the jersey orders to the supplier. But this time we get the new logo. You got George Bridge modeling it. I think it looks better on George Bridge than it does the actual model, but it's alright. It's alright. And the last one is the Highlanders. I guess they couldn't really go with blue because the Blues have already got blue. So they've gone with some kind of khaki or olive green on their jersey. I guess they couldn't go with yellow either because the Hurricanes have kind of got yellow. Again, it reminds me a little bit of a camouflage theme. They haven't got a jersey sponsor on the fans jersey anyway, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes, like Auckland Blues, just Blues now, not Auckland Blues, it can look pretty bad. So this one's pretty simple, but the color scheme has me slightly confused. Like traditionally, the Highlanders away kit has been like a fluoro green, so why khaki instead of a more traditional color? I'm not quite sure. If I had to rank them, I think I am putting the Chiefs grey in the bottom position. I am not sure really about that one. The Highlanders, I think with the khaki, can go one spot above that. That leaves the other three, which kind of fit the mold of basic white design, but with the trims of the appropriate color. I'll go with the Crusaders one. It is a bit busy, but it's alright. I can't give the Crusaders bloody first place for everything. You guys have got enough trophies. And for the other two, obviously I have to put my Blues in number one spot because it's a sweet, sweet jersey, but drop them down for that bloody logo. So because of the logo, I will chuck the Hurricanes in the top and say you guys have probably gone from having the worst away jersey, alternative jersey in 2020 to the best one for 2021. Super Rugby Aotearoa is not too far away, folks. This is definitely a good thing. So far, so good in New Zealand with the COVID cases. Full crowds, full action. Not too far to go. What do you guys reckon about these jersey designs? They've obviously gone with a bit of a theme. I should mention, like 2020, these jerseys are made from like 50% recycled plastic. So that's only a good thing in terms of the environmental sustainability thing. So that's a bit of a good win. But it proves this year, just because they're recycled plastic like last year doesn't mean they have to be ugly. Anyway, you guys take care of yourselves. Talk to you again soon. See you later.